Today I want to talk about how I got it started making content around dumpster diving. Not the actual dumpster diving itself, which started way back in like 2006, 2007 when I was in college, but making the videos for dumpster diving, which we got started in July of 2022 on TikTok. And it was my wife. She finally called my bluff because for years I had been saying, yeah, I'm gonna start making content around the dumpster diving I'm doing because, I at that time, I was still dumpster diving all the time, collecting scrap metal, finding stuff reselling on eBay. And, we brought in an extra like 20, 25 grand a year just from reselling stuff and scrap metal. And I would always see people like Mike the Scavenger doing these awesome videos, and kind of just blew a lot of hot air saying, yeah, I'm going to do that too one day. And man, we're just so lucky that she actually called my bluff and started recording videos when we were out diving and posting them to TikTok under the name Love in the Dumpster. And they started to take off. And I was like, wow, there's really something here, because I've had my own business in e-commerce for a decade now. And I know marketing is just like the hardest thing to do. And then these videos that we're putting out are getting like hundreds of thousands of views, which is just crazy numbers. Even up until, up like today, we're getting between 20 and 40 million views a month across all the platforms that we publish on, which is Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. So I just want to go through the kind of evolution of how we got started on TikTok, and then kind of moved over to YouTube and then also Facebook. So with TikTok, again, it started in July 2022. And once we hit 10,000 followers, which happened like pretty quickly actually, we were able to monetize. And at that time it was the creator fund. And that was like not a lot of money. It was like 5 to 10 cents per thousand views. But like we started making an extra $100, $200, $300 a month from these videos. And it's like, hey, that's pretty cool. Every little bit extra helps. And throughout that year, I kept putting out videos, and I was having a lot of fun with it. I was like learning editing. I started using DaVinci Resolve to do all the editing, and that was a lot of fun to learn that. In December of 2022, kind of slowed down a little bit just because I get so busy around the holidays with my other business, which is like gift items for hockey, baseball, and golf sports. But kept putting out videos. I think in February of 2023 we made like $800, and I was just like, holy crap, man, this could be huge. Like I'm gonna lean into this. And then in April of 2023, TikTok released the creativity beta program, and I opted in when it was still had been around for like a month or two. I think at that time you had to have 100,000 followers, and the payouts were about 10x what they were with the creator fund. So now instead of 8 cents per thousand views, we're making 80 cents per thousand views. And when you get 100,000, a million, 10 million views on a video, it started getting pretty nuts. So we went from making, $500 a month, $700 a month with the creator fund to $3,000, $4,000 a month with the creativity beta fund in April and May of 2023. I also started posting all of the content I was posting to TikTok to YouTube. And at that time, I still have a photographer, videographer on staff with my other business. And I just said, hey, take the videos that I'm making for TikTok, repost them to YouTube. If they were over a minute long, we would just cut the video in half, do a part 1, part 2. And that's how we got our first 100,000, subscribers on YouTube. I wasn't making content specifically for YouTube Shorts. It was just like the TikTok content that was just republished. And I also had him start putting together like longer format videos, which didn't, do very well. I think there was like a few that really took off that he edited, but so we got started doing YouTube Shorts, and I also started posting to Facebook. So Facebook was a kind of a different animal. You had to have 10,000 followers in order to monetize, and I have run Facebook ads in the past for my other business. So I created an ad campaign to target followers specifically in the Philippines, because you could set up an ad campaign and get a follower for like pennies. Like I think it was like I spent $157 to get 10,000 followers. And in the Philippines, basically everybody speaks English because it was a former American colony, and people love the content there. It's like they love to see like the wasteful Americans, really. It's like a Schadenfreude type deal. I don't know if I'm using that term correctly, but that's how I got our first 10,000 followers. And luckily, Facebook's algorithm doesn't really care where your followers are. If your content is good enough, they will promote it to like an American audience. That is not the same for YouTube or TikTok. So, don't buy a bunch of followers on YouTube and try to do this. But, and again, this was spring of 2023 when I did this for Facebook. So if you try this, I don't know if it still works, but it is an easy way to get to that 10,000 followers. And we did have content that was performing well, so I just took our best videos that were performing well naturally and put ad spend behind them with a campaign with the goal of getting followers, and that's how we got monetized on Facebook. And between all of the platforms, we make between $5,000 and $10,000 a month. Kind of keeping things going kind of chronologically here. In July of 2023, we made, it was like $9,000 on TikTok, $2,000 on YouTube, and like $2,000 on Facebook. So we made $13,000 from video content, which was just like epically insane. And I haven't been able to top that since, because in July of 2023, I was like, well, I've got a year now under my belt with this, creating these short form videos. Why don't I actually try and use it for my like real business, right? BuffaloBattlecraft.com. And I did, and I set up a TikTok shop, and I started doing these TikTok shop videos. And anybody who's familiar with that platform knows like how much those were pushed, and it just went kind of insane. The first, we had been posting intermittently, so we had, 1,000 followers, but we make this TikTok shop post, and initially, because we were a new TikTok shop, we were limited to 100 orders per day, and we hit that 100 orders per day at 11 a.m. And then we hit it again the next day, 11 a.m. And then after 500 orders, they lift the cap, right? And a couple weeks later, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna freaking lean into this. That's what I've learned running an e-commerce business for over 10 years, is when these type of opportunities come along, you lean in, because you don't know, you don't know when the next opportunity is coming. It's feast or famine sometimes in business. So I kept posting these TikTok shop videos, and a couple weeks later, I post one for our like joke golf balls, and we do $30,000 in sales over a weekend. And thank God, it was just something that we had all these golf balls in stock, blank golf balls with no branding, and all we had to do was print some stuff on them and package them up and ship them out. So I was able to work 14-hour days and get all that stuff shipped. But with how this kind of relates to the dumpster diving stuff is, I kind of fell off the habit of being able to post as regularly because the business was taking off so much. So that's why I haven't been able to kind of get back to that, $13,000 a month and top that since. And really, honestly, I got really burnt out with the other business. It's not something I'm super passionate about. It's something I started to, get out of an engineering job back in 2013, and it's making tchotchkes. It's making stuff that I don't really believe in. It's like literally just creating more waste because people are just buying it to give as a gift. So nobody actually really needs the stuff, and it's hard to grow and market a business that you don't believe in. So I have been looking to try to get out of that for years and years, and creating content around dumpster diving is kind of how I'm planning to do that. So I am kind of putting that other business kind of on coast. I'm keep raising my prices, so people stop buying as, so the volume goes down, but my profit goes up. I can keep a smaller team for production. I do have currently 4 employees with that business. but I can have a smaller team, be more profitable, be more nimble. And what I really want to do is take the manufacturing experience and e-commerce experience that I have developed over 10 years with that business and apply it to a new line of upcycled products. And we're going to be launching that business in the next couple months here. I keep saying in the next couple months, but you can see this little one right here. It's hard to try to do 2, 3, 4 things at once. So it might still be 6 months out. But what my intention is to work less in my current business, focus more on dumpster diving, focus more on creating this product line of upcycled products that we can use all the dumpster diving videos to promote. Like that'll be how we market stuff. I'm going on like a tangent maybe here. Let's bring it back to how we're making money with the content. I have never really done any kind of like sponsored brand deals or ads. Bubby, you still awake? Not falling asleep with daddy talking all the time, huh? Isn't it just like white noise though? Yeah, I haven't done really any brand deals. I do want to change that in 2025 because we're going to be doing more longer form YouTube videos around that Lost Goods upcycled products brand. Probably going to be starting a new channel and just be doing these like build videos. And I want to be able to, call up a company that makes, laser engravers and say, hey, look at these 5 different videos I've made for these other equipment makers. Give me this free equipment and give me $3,000, or just give me the free equipment and I'll make a video. Or I think there's a big opportunity for some sponsored products, some sponsorships to kind of increase our revenue there. Obviously, if we're launching product and selling product, there's going to be some revenue from that. And I also have like I call it a death pile of stuff that I haven't listed on eBay because I've been so busy moving into a new shop recently. That's probably 10 to 15 grand there. So some of that revenue is going to be coming from listing and selling all that eBay stuff. So it's stitching together TikTok revenue, Facebook revenue, YouTube revenue, eBay revenue, product revenue from Lost Goods. Look, I think she's you almost out, Bob? You sleeping yet? You sleeping? Let's dive into like Facebook specifically right now, because unlike TikTok, there's one program. It's the creativity fund. And YouTube, there's kind of 2 ways. There's YouTube Shorts and YouTube long form. Facebook, there's 3 or 4 ways that we make money. And that's, we have our in-stream ads, which is videos over 1.5 minutes long. And then there's Reels. And then there's Photos. And Photos is kind of the new one that nobody's really talking about. She is out. All right, I'm gonna turn her around. You ready to have a nice nap? Nice walking nap with Dad? Oh, she's so sleepy. Oh no, got a glove sock down. Yeah, we take a lot of walks like this, and she loves it. Okay, where were we? We were talking about Facebook Photos. That's a relatively new program. and I think it's invite only still. I guess Facebook is like redoing their entire monetization program right now as of December 2024. They're not even accepting new applications for monetization for pages. But we got invited to this program in April 2024, and we've been making anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 just from photos, and it pays about the same as Instagram Reels, the same as Facebook Reels or YouTube Shorts, which is about like 10 cents per 1,000 views. I'm gonna look it up. I should know the number off the top of my head, but I don't. But I'll put it in text here in the video when I release it. But some photos, I think the best photo has been $1,100 earnings, and I think that was like 3.4 million people saw that photo. Because if you think about it, photos are no different than videos in terms of like engagement time on the platform. So if somebody looks at a photo, if somebody's in a Facebook feed, sees a photo and reads the text, say it's like a decent amount of text, or opens the comments and reads some comments, and they engage with that photo for 30 to 40 seconds. How's that different from watching a 30 or 40 second video? And this is what Facebook has figured out. And they started this bonus program. Instagram also has a bonus program. Unfortunately, I just never prioritized growing our Instagram account. And I'm not involved in that program, but I know creators who are. And Facebook's thinking around this is it's easier for creators to like throw together 3 or 4 or 5 more photos in a day, post them, get that engagement, get that time on platform, than to make 3 or 4 videos. And so that's what's happening. It's kind of crazy though. Like Facebook is so terrible with like AI generated content. It's so much of it, and it's all these like soldiers holding these like signs with 6 fingers saying I want to go home, or it's my birthday, or right now it's a lot of like January 20th is the day that America changes on like a billboard, and like you see it, and there's just these boomers who like are like, yeah, America's great, I love, or like God bless America, thank you for your service. And it's like, dude, these are just like AI accounts trolling for engagement, and they're making tens of thousands of dollars off of your patriotism, right? Anyway, that's a tangent. But the photos, so I post between 5 and 10 photos a day on Facebook now, and it's pretty simple. It's actually, if you were to break it out category wise, it's where we get the most revenue right now per month. Versus Facebook video, Facebook Reels, YouTube video, YouTube Shorts. So, and that's 2 years being in this kind of content creation game. All these platforms are adjusting and changing and launching new programs. And if Facebook or any of these platforms launch a new program, you should get on the bandwagon for that and start using those tools, because they will push your content using those tools out to more people, so you'll get a lot more reach, because they're incentivized. They're like, hey, we got this new tool, if you use it, we'll help push your stuff. So anytime you see kind of a new program with any of these companies, hop in with both feet, start posting, and you'll be happy that you did. But yeah, it's constantly changing. There's constantly different ways to make money. Another one of my goals for 2025 is to do more long-form YouTube content, and this style of video is kind of exactly what I'm going to focus on, at least to start, and see how it goes. It's kind of, I've heard it's like the grandpa style of vlogging, where you just turn on the camera and talk, and you have kind of a topic that you reflect on, a theme, and you try to provide some value to people, because people have gotten kind of sick of this over-edited vlogging style, like Casey Neistat, who I love, by the way. But Casey's an interesting guy and he's a great storyteller. A lot of other people have tried to take what he's done and do it for their own lives, and they're not that freaking interesting, man. they're decent people, but like I don't need to see like a cinematic shot of you brushing your teeth, man. So people are enjoying like kind of just flipping on the camera, talk about a topic that you're knowledgeable about, and they don't need to see some over edited crazy stuff like a train going into a hole, that kind of stuff. So today is like making money from content. I've got another dozen ideas that I'm just gonna flip on the camera when I'm out walking her or driving around, or have 10, 20, 30 minutes to spare, and kind of talk about things like dumpster diving for food, how I make money with scrap metal, how to set up your own dumpster diving route. And really it's just about lowering the barrier to entry, lowering the bar of like, because it has actually prevented me from getting these long form YouTube videos out, because I'll go dumpster dive and record all the spots I go to and sit down and try to stitch it all together and launch these videos. And it takes that editing process takes literally 3, 4, 5, 6 hours to do. It's just a lot of work. So, but like this is going to be the editing for this. I'm gonna have to rewatch it. I'll cut the dead spots out where I stop talking, but it's probably gonna take me an hour to edit this. There's maybe gonna be like 30 minutes of footage, and I don't know what I'm gonna do for the thumbnail, but anyway, it's lowering the amount of of effort to get content out, because really it's about getting content out there to help other people, to provide value to other people, and at the same time we're going to make money on that content. So it's a symbiotic relationship, right? Maybe I wouldn't be making this content if I wasn't also making money off of it. I will be like absolutely completely honest. But I do want what I do in the world, what I do with my work, to benefit people, help people, and what I was doing before with my e-commerce business, making tchotchkes, it wasn't doing it for me. If I can make a living doing this and like teaching people how to dumpster dive, scrap metal, how to build, upcycled product, dude, I can see myself doing that for the next 20 years, no joke. So I think that's where I'm going to start wrapping this video up. If you've got any questions about how we make money on our content on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, put it in the comments, and I will absolutely read everyone, reply to everyone, and try to help you along your journey too. So thanks for watching. Have a good one.